There's a place I'll always cherish neath the blue Atlantic skies, where the shores down in Cape Breton bids the golden sun to rise, and the fragrance of the apple blossoms sprays the dew-kissed lawn, back in dear old Nova Scotia, a place where I...
Hey guys, welcome to All Outdoors Nova Scotia. I'm your host Robert, and I thought I'd do something a little different today. I'd do a garden update since I haven't done one in a while. I haven't shown you lately, and I'm about ready to harvest my yellow potatoes. Most of the plants have turned quite yellow and dry. It's been a very dry summer, very humid and hot, but very little rain. So we're going to harvest our peas and beans and probably most of our potatoes now, even though technically they aren't ready, I don't believe. But if I don't get some now, I probably won't get any later because it's been just so dry. But let's get started. Yeah, so here's my corn. As you can see, it's starting to show signs of ears. I'm going to leave all that. It's been a little dry on the bottom, but I think it will produce some corn at some point very soon. Hopefully they fill out the cobs. We've already harvested quite a few yellow beans already. There's quite a few more we've got and green also. We're gonna start picking these right off very soon. Sadly to say, out of all the peppers plants I have, I only had one, where is it, lone little pepper start right there. The rest didn't do very well. But I am pleased to state that we are well loaded with little tomatoes in the different plants that I've got here. I've got two different breeds. Even this style is producing quite a few tomatoes. They just have to ripen up. We've already taken care of all our beets. I'm standing actually in the beet row now. I know I haven't weeded. It's just overwhelmed me. I actually bought the wrong pea seeds. Didn't realize it at the time. I normally buy just bush peas, but made the mistake in a rush and bought pole peas. So as you can see, my peas have just flopped right over everything. I think they killed my carrots actually, because they just laid right on top of them. So we're going to harvest those today. Here's a bunch of those that have to get done. They're starting to die. As you can see, it's been so dry on the ends of the rows here. And maybe some of my carrots will come back after I get that cleaned up. My parsnip did actually quite well. Surprisingly, I hadn't weeded. We've got tons of lettuce that I have to start picking before it all goes south on me. I'll get some of it, but some of it's turning quite dry. But as you can see, what I'm talking about, my potato, these are the yellow potatoes here, and the plants are turning quite yellow and dying off on me. Even worse on the end here. It's calling for rain today. It's been calling for rain a lot, but we haven't got any. This is my regular potato row, and as you can see, they're also showing signs of yellowing and just being extremely dry. So we're probably going to dig those up today too, and this is the mixed row of yellow and regular potatoes, just regular white potatoes. And again, they're quite dry. They're not doing very well, so I'm going to pull them up today and get what we can out of it. Hopefully we'll get a bunch. Now my cucumbers are doing surprisingly quite well. Lately they're starting to show little ones here and there. This is the pickling row here, and then there's regular ones over there. They're filling out. They're doing all right. My pumpkin and squash, now I haven't been able to determine if any of them, or which ones, if they're pumpkin or squash, but I am starting to see little ones popping up here and there on the vines. There's one. There's a nice one here that's doing well. There's some more peppered through there. There's one on, but there's one that I found today that I did not find. There's another good cucumber right there. I've already picked a few cucumbers out of here because they were ready, and I have them in the fridge, but we're getting a few here and there scattered. But hidden down here, I finally found one really good sized pumpkin. I assume it's a pumpkin. It could be a squash for all I know right now. I believe it's a pumpkin, but at this point I can't really tell. But I'm going to leave the cucumbers grow. The pumpkins, of course, I'm not going to touch those. But for today, where it's cloudy and gray and I can't finish, I was working on the window install the last couple of days where it was hot, and I have to finish that later because it's going to rain today and I don't want to dig out my saws and stuff. I'm going to pull up the tomatoes, or the potatoes, sorry, most of the lettuce, and we're going to pick through the beans and peas and get a good bunch of that harvested so we can get it in the freezers. We're going to just do frozen peas and beans like you would buy in the veggie store, and then maybe, you know, take some to friends and family if we have some left over. But I'm going to leave the corn as well. I probably will we'll pick through as much as the peas and beans as we can. The green and yellow, I'll probably leave them there, and if they produce some more, great. If not, no big deal, right? We'll have a good chunk. There is quite a few beans peppered through there. You can't really see them because they're so thick, but there's a lot that we have to get picked up soon. And the peas, like I said, they're starting to die off the plants, so I've got to get them picked up, get them off the vines and move them over. Maybe my carrots will hang in there, and if not, it is what it is. I just didn't realize I had picked or bought the wrong seed. I will know next year because I've got lots left. I will have a fence up, runners, so that they can run up and not take up so much, lean over so much. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little garden update. Here's the window install over here that I've been doing. I had to remove the old rotten window that was next to the porch where I want to build the deck. It was quite rotten. We had to have it plastic last winter because it just, you could put your finger through it. So there's what I've got done so far. I've removed the old window. I didn't video it. It's a little hard, so I just did it. And there's a lot of different videos on the market now where you can see where they do it for you. So on YouTube, so I didn't think you needed me to show you how I do it. So I pulled the old one out, boarded it in, built the frame. It's smaller than the old window. That's why I had to board it all in. I've got some nice pine board on the inside of the house there that I'm going to cut and frame it properly and paint it white for now until I can get some blue trim, because I'm going to do all the windows. This window here is a major issue that I'm going to have to do soon, but that's where I'm putting a door so we can come onto the deck when I get it done. So I'm going to probably just scrape it down for this winter, silicone it, and leave it for this winter. But yeah, so I thought I'd give you a little update before we started harvesting. Maybe I'll bring you back after we get it harvested, and you can look at the bin and see how much we've gotten done, or got out of it. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll bring you back when we've got the harvesting done. Welcome back. Well, we finished the peas so far, and I'll show you what we got out of it. We decided to pull the plant right out, and there's the pile of stuff that's going to go in the compost. And here's what we've managed to get in peas. So we got a good chunk. I'm very happy for the first attempt this year at this garden ever for us, because we just bought the house. So now we're going to go on to the green and yellow beans. I'll bring you back when those are done. Guys, well, the yellow beans are done. So I'll show you. They're on top of the peas, but there's still quite a few, as you can see. We did all right. A little bit of dirt and stuff. We'll wash them up when we get them in the house, but that's the yellow beans. On to the green. Guys, welcome back. Well, we're working on the green bean now, but there's a problem. Our basket is full right to the top. So we've sent Nicholas in to get the cooler that we use for camping for now, because as you can see, there's plenty of green beans yet to get off the plant. So stay tuned, and we'll bring you back when I'm ready to do the potato. Hey guys, welcome back to All Outdoors Nova Scotia. Well, we've started harvesting the potatoes, and we've got a full basket full already of the regular, well, it turned out to red. They were marked regular, but they're red potatoes, and underneath that is a bunch of yellow, probably half a basket full. And then we've had to move on to putting it in a feed bag, but we still have a whole row of potatoes yet to harvest. They're small, but they're edible. There's a few large ones in there, but overall they're medium size. You know, we can get by. It's free, so other than the seed, it didn't cost much and the little time and effort. So we'll eat what we can get. But that's probably the reason they're probably so small, is because of the fact that they were a little immature, but they were dying because they're so dry. So we had to harvest early. But yeah, thanks for watching and stay tuned.
There's a place I'll always cherish 'neath the blue Atlantic skies, where the shores down in Cape Breton bids the golden sun to rise, and the fragrance of the apple blossoms sprays the dew-kissed lawn, back in dear